Mheshimiwa, wewe ni mheshimiwa? Huyu anaitwa Faruk Kibet, hajafika mheshimiwa, wako chini. Shilingi 1,200.
Now, most Kenyans are asking, who really runs the government? Why are even cabinet secretaries afraid of a man who holds no official title?
Kama mjaye kusikia dictator ni Faruk Kibet. Na unajua yeye ana ofisi, lakini hako na corridor ingine ambaye inaitwa the corridor of power.
Why did Rigathi Gachagua, the former deputy president, claim that he's been sabotaged by someone who is outside the government? Why did a man with barely no formal education rise from a tiny village to becoming William Ruto's most trusted confidant? And also, why has no journalist ever interviewed him? And why, despite being named in serious corruption and violent cases, he has never been arrested? This is the story of Faruk Kibet, the most powerful unelected man in Kenya, and the one person you can't speak to the president without going through. Now, some of you probably have never heard him speak, but everyone in power listens when he speaks.
Sasa siku moja nimekuja hapa, mnanijua mimi na mambo yangu, sio? Sina mambo yangu mimi lazima nimpige topa na kofia zangu zile lazima nzidunge, sio? So siku nyingine nilivaa kofia nikaingia hapo nikasalimia Your Excellency, kwa mtu mmoja hata nikujie juu, wewe ni waziri, utavaa vipi kofia?
Some call him Sir Faruk. Others whisper his name like a threat. But officially, he's just Ruto's personal assistant. Unofficially, he might be running the country.
Faruk Kibet is not a small man. He is a co-president in this country.
Today, we're investigating who Faruk Kibet really is.
The name Faruk is a Muslim name. This name called Faruk, it is, in Kiswahili tunasema ni jini.
Yeah.
It's a jinn. A jinn is a kind of a ghost that they come from coastal regions. This is some spirits. So when you hear somebody is called Faruk, in the Muslim fraternity they call it Jinn Faruk. So this person, Jinn Faruk, is a demon that causes trouble.
Where he came from and how he became Kenya's co-president. Now, he was born on the 31st day of March 1965 in a quiet village of Kap Kechui. Faruk Kibet's early life was unremarkable. His father was Paul Tergui. He was a humble maize farmer. Faruk Kibet attended Chepkemel Primary School and then nothing. No high school, no university, just silent. But don't mistake obscurity for insignificance, because while most power-hungry elites were debating policy in Nairobi, Faruk was building something else, a ground network, a silent empire. In 1990s, he rose through the KANU Youth Wing, organizing rallies in Eldoret, building influence one handshake at a time. He did not need a degree. He had loyalty, access, and ruthlessness. Then, in 1997, everything changed. Faruk helped a young, ambitious man named William Ruto win the Eldoret North MP seat. That single campaign launched two careers, one towards the presidency and the other towards the one who would be controlling it.
He has been a personal assistant to President William Ruto from 1990s. He has been involved in the YK 92. So he knows the president in and out. The president is very comfortable with him because this is the only constant from when William Ruto was a young politician.
From the moment Ruto entered parliament, Faruk was never far behind, Between 1997 and 2002, he was Ruto's personal aide, not a bodyguard, not a secretary, something more dangerous, a political operator. In 2002, Ruto helped Farouk secure a council nomination in Wareng Ward, solidifying their alliance. That wasn't just friendship, it was a contract. Farouk would protect Ruto's rise, and in return, Ruto would protect Farouk from everything else. But in 2007, things got violent. Farouk was arrested during the post-election violence in the North Rift, but he was released without charges, and it wouldn't be the last time he dodged trouble. In today's government, Farouk Kibet controls the gates of power. Ministers, CEOs, diplomats, they don't meet the president unless Farouk approves.
Mimi naona ofisi ya Farouk hata ni ile ya rais wetu wa Kenya. Kwa sababu huwezi fikia rais Farouk akisema no. Hata huyu deputy rais na rafiki yangu kufikia yeye Farouk lazima aseme yes.
Even the deputy president, Gachagua, couldn't bypass him.
So one of the PAs ya mkubwa akanipigia simu. Mtu yuko huko, mtu ya 36.
He accused Farouk of trying to run his office, calling him a co-president who even controlled cabinet instructions.
Wewe ni deputy president ya sangapi? Maana ya deputy president, you speak last. Dio ile maneno yote iko baya serikali ukanu. Kwa nini huyo nyonga alilima serikali mambo ya ndani and you are not defending? Nikamwambia I cannot answer you. Tell your boss to call me.
In public, Farouk doesn't whisper. He commands, pushes, orders. Ministers move when he snaps, even stops when he speaks. His nickname among insiders, Sir Farouk. Others just call him the Hand of the King. You don't become this powerful without making enemies or headlines. In 2015, Farouk's name surfaced in the 791 million NYS scandal. Anne Waiguru, then devolution minister, named him directly. Farouk denied everything. He was never charged. Just like in 2008, when he was arrested over post-election violence, or when he was linked to the collapse of Ruto's ICC case. Here's the pattern. He never holds a press conference, never does interviews. Farouk's power grows in silence. In Kenya, silence is not weakness. It is a weapon. The less you say, the less they can use against you. And Farouk, he says nothing. But not all Farouk's power is hard politics. Some of it softer, strategic, benevolent. He is the patron of the great Kepsaita cross-country run, now ranked internationally. The top 100 finishers, they all get scholarships. Farouk funds over 100 churches, organizes free medical camps, and supports schools across Uasin Gishu. These acts of generosity aren't random. They are investments. Investments in grassroots loyalty. Because loyalty isn't just built in boardrooms. It's built in pulpits and playgrounds. Rumors spread that Farouk might be preparing to run for office himself. He already has the churches, the community, the machinery. All he needs now is a reason. Kenya has always had its powerful shadows, the men behind the throne. Farouk is just one of the latest, maybe the most feared.
Are we likely to see Farouk becoming the wall behind the president, so that the president is not accessible to very many Kenyans? Kibet is a very humble person. I've met him several, not once. But behind that face is a resolute person who knows what needs to be done, and he's unapologetic. It must be done.
If you look at William Ruto, it's a project that students need to study in terms of discipline and hard work. Now you're telling me that Farouk is disciplined as much. I keep asking myself, how does Rift Valley manage to produce such people? By the way, they come out as extremely mono-eyed. They are sticklers to a certain focus and they go there. That is still something I probably would want to learn.
Some say he's just a PA. But if you control who meets the president and deliver his instructions and silence critics and fund the loyalty of the churches and communities, are you just a PA? Farouk Kibet's story is one of calculated loyalty, strategic silence, and unchecked informal power. He doesn't need a title. He doesn't need a speech. He already controls the one thing everybody wants.
Huyu wako na powers yenye wewe hujui.
Access to the president.